do our best to push from the north. When you can, one of you should attack down there. One of you should move over that way. They're just retreating. Why are they retreating? I mean, where did all of their units go? They're not at war with anyone else, are they? Nope. Just the allies. I wonder if they pulled... They probably pulled a significant amount of their army in an attempt to make this work down here. We're probably foiling those plans rather well. Alright, they got another unit in up north here. Fairly skilled general, but we have them outnumbered 3-1. And he got no chance to dig in. Our men are fairly good. Sinking more of their transports. They're counterattacking into the mountains, across the river, into a stack of... Oh boy. I mean, if they're full garrison stacks, it's probably 10,000 men in each one of these. I mean, that's just a crazy amount of garrisons that the Poles have stacked in that one province. They can attack me there as much as they like. Alright, we took that province, we took this province. They retreated out of both of them. We don't have tanks, so it's not like we can blitz them down. Oh boy, that is... Yeah, it looks like the Nationalists literally took their entire army and stuck it in Greece in one desperate gamble to take Poland. I mean, if we let them... No, there is no way they'll be able to supply all those men. Absolutely no way. Let's try it. Let's attack. See if we can crack this province. Very good general. Our guys are gaining experience fairly well, so that'll be nice. Carrier air groups are done, and we have absolutely no carriers to use them with. Let's also do a pinning attack up here to make sure that they can't send reinforcements. Once again, we're now attacking across the river into the mountains. That is... It's never going to happen. No, I'm just throwing our men away. Stop it. I would love to bring air support down in this general direction, but there are no airfields close to here. Alright, they're counterattacking us and then breaking it off. We do have a significant amount of units in here. This is, I mean, it's going to be a tough pocket to break down, but eventually they're going to start suffering stacking penalties. Too many men in one province, you can't use all of them in battle. And we are sinking their convoys. Getting less and less and less supplies. Although the Polish invasion over here isn't doing so hot. That is well defensible territory. And it's a very short front. We've basically got them completely surrounded here. Unless they have an absolutely massive transport fleet, there's almost no way they'll be able to get out. And yeah, that was an expensive fight, but we were able to push them out. Unfortunately, they're retreating south, but this does mean that we once again control the straits, and attacking across here is going to be difficult. Oh, well, alright, so we don't yet control the straits, but... Oh, can we... If we keep our submarines here, just keep them here, they may not be able to move across the straits here. Yeah, they're retreating north now, I think. Because they don't... We have a navy in this province that's blocking their boats from transporting them across the strait. That's wonderful. Okay, well, I mean, they can still get supplied from this province right here, but... Hopefully we can get into that province as soon as possible. Preferably before they stack more units on it again. But if we can separate the nationalists from the Bulgarians, I think that's going to be our best bet, yeah. And once again, they can't get across here. This doesn't link up down to Corinthos down here. It's only Patra up to Mesolongi. So, yeah, I think these four infantry divisions can hold this this strait, even against the massive stack of units they have over there. Well, let's go back to convoy raiding with these submarines now that they're no longer needed. Doing anything more down in the south is going to be nearly impossible. what with this river here and the mountains, we're really going to need to make this attack from the north. We may, I mean, this is plains, this is just hills. Rather than attacking across the river in this province, across the river from either of these, we really just need to make this attack get done from the north. So, as wide a front as possible, as many infantry units as possible. Unfortunately, we don't have air support, so they're going to bomb us willy-nilly because they have this air base down here that we can't quite take from them yet. But yeah, they're running out of supplies. This was a rather poor decision on their part. How are the Poles doing? They're actually conquering nationalist Spain territory now. Alright, they're trying to push across the strait in Mezzalonghi to get some supplies up here from this big port down in Napoli. Napoli? Nafplio. Down in Nafplio. Alright. I mean, hey, I'm not Greek, you know, I'm not gonna judge how you spell your cities, how you say your city names. That name was probably around for a lot longer than I've been around, so, I mean, they can have it. Good fight. Lost about 1,400, killed 3,500. That's a great fight. Shorten up the front line. Now we know that they're out of supplies. We can continue our advance just as soon as these infantry units get a little bit of recovery, a little bit of reinforcement. And if we take this province and push them all in here, we're just going to capture all of these units. Hundreds of thousands. Because yeah, it really, really looks like they just completely abandoned their... Look at all this. They just abandoned their front line to make an attack down in the south here. I mean, if it would have worked, they would have opened up a whole new front down here. Poland would have needed to bring troops down here, but our army was just getting into position. We weren't actually being used on the front line yet. We were able to completely surround this. And if we can take this province here, and I'm willing to bet that we can, I mean, those aircraft are being a bit of a pain. I truly doubt we can reach. No, we don't have that kind of range. Let's see, if we take one of our multi-rolls, so these are the long-range guys, and put them over here in Istanbul. Let's bring both of them down. A little bit dangerous, because if Lebanon decides to declare war, then we're in trouble. Although it looks like Serbia is taking over Lebanon. I don't even know where Serbia is, but they have a colony right over here in Athens. And they're just completely taking over Lebanon. Alright, units are ready to fight. These are 7 infantry divisions. Let's leave 2 of them out of the fight just in case we need to rotate units in and out. Oh no. Oh no, it's gonna be easy. Once again, they're trying to break out with everything they have. Which isn't much. Yeah, there that goes. Just move everybody in. No, don't move you out. You're needed for the surround. And we won 200 men for 1,000 deaths. They had 133,000 men in that province, and we attacked with half as much. We are going to destroy the... They just... I mean, this port was level 5, which isn't bad. I mean, you can reasonably supply a decent amount of troops with a level 5 port. If you go into the naval map mode and hover over the actual port, you can see how much that base can repair in terms of naval units. So if you go into the supply map mode and hover over a province with a port, you can see down at the very bottom, the port can ship in 28 units of supplies and fuel every day. Now that's both. So 28 supplies, 28 fuel. You can also see what supply it received last day, but it's kind of disingenuous here because we're actually being supplied from the Polish capital over here. It's bringing it down this way. This port actually isn't receiving any supplies. But if you hover over here, you can see exactly how much supplies a division needs. This division needs 3.25 supplies. Now this port can ship in roughly 30 units of supplies, so with only this port you can support 10 infantry divisions. Roughly 100,000 troops. Now, we just pushed over 100,000 troops out of this province. It looks like they have another 100,000 troops in this province. They basically landed their whole army on a port that really had absolutely no capacity to support them. I think they were trusting that that this port down here would be able to support them. Now, I don't know how many troops can actually go into this port a day because we don't actually control it. But if it's a fully upgraded port like Istanbul over here, it can ship in 60 units of supplies every day, which means that it would be able to support about 20 infantry divisions or maybe 200,000 men. So 100,000 plus 200,000 means they can support a force of about 300,000 men, not counting this little port down here. Now, all of that is made a little bit wishy-washy by the tanks that they brought and the support brigades, if they have any, all that fun stuff. But basically, they were counting on this and this being linked together and maybe pushing their way up here, linking up with this, or maybe even linking up with their main front line to be able to actually supply their troops. There was just no way for them to do it off of this port alone. So, I mean, at this point, once our infantry is ready to advance, they have no supplies. There's so many men in this province right now. We'll let them get in. Yeah, they're going to try to escape as quickly as they can and take Arta back because it's the province that they absolutely 100% require to supply them their troops at all. Yeah, we'll let them waste their last reserves on attempting to break free. That's fine. They can waste away as much as they want to. So once again, we're going to make some more infantry. Once again, it's going to be anti-tank, and it's not as reserves. One of these days, we'll actually get our armies fleshed out. The expeditionary army, it's looking like it'll just waltz over the nationalist Spanish. Why even is Bulgaria down here? Did they just declare their own war on Poland? Yeah, they just declared their own war. They're not even part of the Axis powers. They just decided to declare war on Poland. And now it's really not working out well for them. I mean, they have a huge army. Just look at the amount of men that they have stacked right here. Poland might need to get out of there as quick as possible. But once we start pushing further up north into... As we get closer to the Netherlands, we'll probably start fighting some Dutch troops. And that might be fun. We do need to kick them out of here, though. They probably have this incredibly well defended right now. Okay, yeah, let's dogpile. Let's dogpile on them. And yeah, they're going to attack across the strait, too. We'll let them. That's fine. Attack across the strait as much as you want. Alright, they broke off their attack of Arta. And this is a very expensive fight over here. They have a 50% stacking penalty. They just have way too many troops in this province. So on top of all of the other negatives that they're going to be experiencing actually fighting this battle, they have a humongous stacking penalty. What? Why? Bulgaria, why did you do this? They just landed an infantry division randomly? With absolutely no port, no supplies. Alright. And they're counterattacking over here with everything they have. These guys have a lack of supplies as well. I guess they have way too many troops being supplied from that one province. Being supplied from that fort. Well, our generals are getting some very good experience today. Even though this fight doesn't look like it's in our favor... Yeah, thank you. Look at that. 3,000 men killed to 300 of ours. We'll take those kinds of fights every day. Noble Raven leading the fight again. Wonderful. Even though this fight isn't looking very well, and we've only got 28% of the province actually occupied, controlled by our side, we're getting excellent experience from this. They're suffering a lack of supplies penalty now, and the stacking penalty, so they're only defending at like 30% the rate. Now, we are crossing the river in some provinces. The terrain is in their favor. They're defending in the mountains here. But the simple fact is we can keep this fight up for much longer than they can. We're not going to give them a chance to rest. The supplies that they have are the supplies that are all of the supplies that they will ever have. Eventually the lack of supplies modifier will be at its maximum, and then even the troops that aren't in combat will be unable to regain organization. We'll just keep this combat up for as long as possible. Once an infantry unit starts to look a little bit weak, we'll tell them to stand down from the fight, and we'll cycle another one in from this province. We have a whole... I mean, only one of these infantry units is actually fighting. We have 6 units to cycle in and out to keep this fight going for as long as possible. The garrison units are unfortunate, because they suck at attacking. Right now, really all they're doing is taking up width on the front, which, I mean, is fine. We don't actually have enough units engaged to take up the full width, so maybe that's a good thing. Okay, they found our submarines. Good thing there was a port right there. I say we bring them home. They found our submarines and are trying to kill them. Let's bring them home, give them some rest and relaxation for a bit. And Poland, to kill that one out-of-supply infantry division, they decided to bring in, it looks like about 60,000, 70,000 men. My goodness. How we doing, guys? Alright, none of our divisions are really feeling the hurt right now. Yeah, and there's one infantry unit gone. Once it has 0 organization, it's just... there's no chance for it to regain it, because we're not going to give up this fight. We're not going to let it up. Now, they do have a negative 47% lack of supply penalty, or they have a negative 40% envelopment and encirclement penalty. It's just bad for them. It's just really bad. And their tanks are even less effective because they're in mountains. The tanks in mountains do not get along very well. We brought a fully infantry army. You're all doing okay. You're doing okay. You're doing fine. You guys are doing fine. I don't want to attack with these guys down here because we need to make sure that this defense stays upright. And they are destroying our transports now. Good job, Ukraine, taking that from the Netherlands. Any victory provinces up in here? Yeah, very nice. That's a nice, rich province for you. You'll get that for free. Congrats. Okay, now, because it looks like we're actually about to win against nationalist Spain, we need to make sure to have a war goal. Now, Poland has a conquer... Sorry, they target Poland with a conquer war goal, but we really need to make sure that we have a war goal. Now, because it's so far away from us, we don't want to annex them. It's just really, it would be foolish of us to annex them. We don't have any cores on there. I would like to puppet them, and when we can add a new war goal next month, we're going to install a democracy. I think that will be best for us. So we'll have a puppet state over here in nationalist Spain. We'll start churning out units for us. Our numbers are going down because these garrison units are getting rather weak. Let's get you engaged in the fight. Maybe you can take a garrison unit out of the fight. But don't trust the number. We know that this is a losing fight for them. Negative 49.9 or 0.8% lack of supply penalty. They have absolutely no way of regaining organization. So every unit, of organization that they lose, every man that they lose, is one that they are not going to get back, while we obviously can. This is probably going to be a rather expensive fight for us, simply because we don't have any air support. We don't have any way to just take them down. This Noble Ravens group is incredibly experienced. When did we own that? Oh, this was ours from the get-go. I guess we had a Norwegian colony. Interesting. Okay, whatever. The 9th Start Unit, I need to change that name, is getting a little bit weak. They've been in a lot of combat. I'm surprised they haven't been completely destroyed yet, but I'm glad for it. They have almost 40% bonus experience at this point. They are doing very well. Noble Raven is at max skill. He's at skill 3. Congrats, Noble. Keep on attacking. I mean, we're not attacking very well here, simply because of the river and the terrain. But it can't be long. It just can't be long. All right, we are going to break noble Ravens unit off from the attack, let them regain health, and we'll throw another infantry unit from the north into the combat. Speaking of air support, we redeployed our multi-role fighters over here. Do you think they can actually reach? Let's see, how far is it? No. They can reach 350 kilometers. This is 450 away. Can we base here? No, that's Tenutuva, not our ally. Well, that is unfortunate. Still no air support. And once we take this province, there still won't be any air support. Oh boy. This province is just destroyed. Less than 2 total infrastructure. Whoa, Munster! Munster strong. Communist China just got completely demolished by Munster. Huh. Well, I mean, we do have cores on Munster. We might be forced to attack you at some point or another. Alright, they're trying to cross the strait again. It's really... yeah, it's not going to happen. Intelligent decision, breaking that off. Their general is very skilled from this battle. We will be capturing him, though. And our units are getting very good experience. Alright, this battle's almost over. Time to throw everyone back in. Even you, noble. As much experience as possible. And there it is. We, the allies of Poland and Germany committed 218,000 troops to the fight against 232,000 Spanish, nationalist Spanish and Bulgarian troops. During the battle to reduce the pocket, 6,500 of our troops were killed and 8,500 of their troops were killed, but all 232,000 are now being marched off to a probably Polish prisoner of war camp. Wonderful. Alright guys, I'm going to call it here. Thanks much for joining me again for another episode of our Random Hearts of Iron. We're gonna get this. We're gonna get this. The map looks scary, but oh, we are so much more scary than they can imagine. Thanks for watching the video, everyone. Feel free to like, comment, or subscribe if you so feel the desire to. If not, don't worry about it. I'm always welcoming to constructive criticism. Go ahead and leave it in the comments, or go ahead and send me a private message. Either way, I hope you'll join me for the next video. Thanks much, and I'll see you all next time.